Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. It is Friday. And I'm still all over the place. We were working on Captain Penis today because yesterday I pretty much slept through. I snoozed. Yeah. I'm just way out there. I know that I'm tired and a little burnt out, so I'm going to be fun and amusing. Today is Captain Penis Day. Yesterday should have been Captain Penis Day too, but I just needed to rest. We're working on color 797. We're working on grapes today. That is our focus, is grapes. Even by the end of this color, there will be more grapes in this picture. So yesterday I adulted a little bit instead of streaming. I paid all my bills. I bought some patterns for presents, including presents for myself. Oh my goodness. Ugh. I sorted through the remains of the wood pile, which I'm going to do a little bit of today after stream as well. Okay. Just trying to figure out because the 797, yeah, is an all over the place color, but at the same time, it's little bricks of purple. But I think I'm gonna do the little speckle spots on these grapes that already exist, and then when I start a new piece of string, start the making the fruit appear process. Oop. I think I have enough. This is a gap of 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. We're making grapes in some of the areas that I foobarred, so we're just gonna have to work around some of the things. It's a good place to start a new piece of string. We're gonna know where all the grapes are. They're not happy little trees. They're happy grapes. And there is an incoming ad break. Please hold for a word from our sponsors. What? I'm gonna have to find another bobbin of the 797. I don't know as if I'll go through it today, but who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen on my stream, because goodness knows anything. Lots of things have happened on my stream. This week alone, a street sweeper spent 16 hours outside my house. Well, not just outside my house, but in my neighborhood. I spent 2 days. I do. Oh my goodness. My brain froze. One. Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna go over to a place where I won't have to jump around as much as I'm gonna bring 4 grapes into existence. Ta-da! If I can find where I need to snip. Mhm. Down, over. Okay. Okay, we're gonna hang out over here and bring some grapes into existence. Mhm. So yesterday I got one of the upper wings of my latest meadow dragon all done, and once I have signs of life, I'll show it off. I'm almost on the second top wing. Three. Mhm. Actually, I'm kind of excited about stitching grapes today. No real reason why, just making stuff appear. Hmm. Interesting. One grape. One grape. Ah. There's actually 4 in this little cluster that I'm making appear. And then we go back over to the main page and do some more, because this is the first page where there's legit the whole bunch of grapes on the page. Like over here, there's half of it here and some of it here. It's not a whole bunch though. This is actually a whole bunch of grapes. One more into the end. Mm-hmm. One less sentence. So yesterday I started watching Has Been Hotel. I know I'm late to the game, but that's generally how it is with anything that I become a fan of, and it's okay. It's okay. Um, and it's kind of gotten like my my artistry desire back in because I love how like Alistair is drawn and honestly I'm oh gee, holy fuck feature. Uh so I also am super appreciative of the voice acting. Um I growing up I always loved watching the animated movies and whatnot, but what I liked more is watching the voice actors behind the scenes as they were recording to see where some of the ideas came from and how the animators took facial features from the voice actors and the artistry behind that. And with Has Been Hotel, um, they take a lot, like the best they can. They take a lot of facial features and um, mannerisms from the voice actors, and I've been enjoying it. Like I also I love how many of the cast and crew are first and second generation Puerto Rican, Hispanic, um, uh, East Asian descent. Like it's fantastic. Like the crew, it's. I like the show. Like I'm fully enjoying all of the sensoriness of the show and the level of smartassery that runs around. But again, I know I'm late to the party. My tism wants me to tell you you're lucky I even showed up to the fucking party, but that's just the tism. But it's also kind of true. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Didn't have enough string to get the fourth. I almost had all four. What's really funny is I have one last color on this particular page that's like a big color, and it's 939, and so both projects have 939 as their big color left on screen, and I'm saying fuck it to both of them because I'm tired of 939. It is it's pretty close to where Filament was with White Buffalo Woman, um, except it's not quite as painful to work with. It's just so much of it. So I know it seems early, but at the same time, it's not. The new year is coming. I want people to set little goals for themselves. New Year's resolutions are great and everything like that, but they're hard to it's hard. That's why like I set monthly goals, and if I reach them, awesome. If not, it carries over to the next month. Because let's be fair, I don't always stick to my game. Sometimes my game doesn't stick to me. But little goals, and it's okay not to make all of your goals. Just like I was hoping for 5% on this puppy by the end of the year. And seeing as I'm only at 4.42, and I keep skipping out on days that I'm going to work on him, 5% is a stretch. Now, is there a possibility that I could hit it? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I'm definitely more apt to hit the 10% on Divine Instinct. But I am still going to aim for 5%. Okay. I got all my rogue little clumpies over here. My rogue little grapes. No more in that section. Okay. We'll be spending the remaining of our time in this little circle down here. Well, not our time, of this color. In this little circle over here. I might have to break down and work on 939 because it is a good filling color and it might make me feel better about myself. Okay, so we're looking at this right here. Okay. The reason we're looking at this right here is I like to get the rogue bits and pieces first. Like there's like 1 or 2 spots over here that I'm just gonna kind of go around and collect up and work out this piece of string that I have. And then there towards the top bit over here, there's bigger clumps of the color. But I'm gonna work on the little bits first. Okay, so this right here. And we're also working in an area where I phenomenally fucked up. So here's that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. La la la. Okay, we'll see where I got. Let's see what I got going on. Mhm. Doing the things like doing the existing. I get that. So, at work, I'm working on a small cross stitch commission for a friend of mine, and I'm funny enough, I've worked on it for maybe like 2 or 3 hours, and I'm almost done. Um, which I'm pleased with. I'm completely pleased. It's it's the Portland, Oregon, inflatable frog costume. It's a cross stitch say, and I won't listen to what the fuck you tell me to do or something to that effect. And I'm almost done, so I'm pleased. I'm gonna get a little cross stitch dopamine boost by completing a project. Oh, yeah, I need to peruse my list. I mean, the stream list I have up is still legit. I just sometimes I have to go through my Amazon list and take the things that are no longer available out. Most of the time, things I put on my list are like, hey, it'd be cool to have these, but most of the stuff that I really, really, really want, I just buy for myself when I want it. Um, Husband Creek just like, well, you make it really hard to buy. I'm honestly, like, I'm legitimately thinking about asking him for because it doesn't have to be high grade. What I'm looking for to build is not a high end thing as long as it works. As a beginner's 3D printer, so I can make the XY joints for my dragons, and so that I can make the conversion joints that I want, from like the 3/8 to the 1/8, so I can make my own skeletons essentially. Because I really, really like how the dragons move with the armature in it. And I don't even have one full body done yet, and I'm already loving how it moves. So, today is day 2 of 8. Thanksgiving for us in the States. So November 27th is my day 8 of 8. And I'm gonna, by that point in time, I'm probably gonna need all the motivation I can get to keep up the mood. But I can do this. I've done worse. Or I've done better. However you want to look at it. Tonight I'm working the cart. This weekend I'm working the cart. Okay. Let's see if I can get the 4 stitches. I might be able to get 3 of the stitches. Oh, wow. You're gonna have family Nerf day? Because that would be fun. I've thought about doing that, like leaving a note at the door when husband creature gets home. Except we don't work the same shift right now. It would have to be on one of my days off. And leaving a Nerf gun at the door going, tag you're it, and starting that kind of game. Though with husband creature, I don't know how smart of an idea that is because he is technically an expert marksman. And it sounds like a dangerous game to be playing. But you know, what's life without a little bit of danger? I'm playing like extreme thread chicken right now. Victory is mine! Okay. Now I'm gonna go down this way to complete the color. I know you guys can't see it, but I'll tip my face thing forward. I actually have globes and stuff hanging from my ceiling because I like that effect. I haven't lit them up yet, but that is something that is being considered. Right now they're fine. I like them. They're pretty. when I move up to my big craft room in the attic, um, I'm gonna be lifting the roof of my, not lifting the roof, like lifting the ceiling higher. I'm going to be opening up the opening up the roof to my brain died. Lifting the ceiling higher and making it a little bit more open, and I'm gonna have more stuff like that hanging. That's cool. That, like, I have candles. I have LED candles for my vendor table, that have the remote control that are purple, and I like them. Uh, I only get to use them at specific uh events, but I like them. Okay, so I need to figure out what I'm gonna be doing. Okay, so from here, there's a gap of 2 from that one, and then there's 2 over. Okay, that's good. And I'm just gonna set the bottom up here so I can get to the top. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's then up 2, and then up 2 more. This is where the grapes get a little squishy where I'm working, is because there's a counting error in this block. That's okay. We'll get through it. We'll get around it. I just lost my place. One more to the. Let me yoink on. One more. Kind of frustrating. I'm gonna have to take the needle off because Now I see the mistake and I can't ignore it. I went down the wrong hole. So yesterday I bought 3 patterns. I bought the Fairy Queen coat for myself. It is the first wearable pattern that I've bought. That's like legit designed to be like a coat kind of thing. I bought Crafty Intentions critter pack of the mythical equines, which includes a nightmare, a unicorn, a horse, just a horse, a kelpie, and what was the other one? Let me pull it up here. A kelpie and have to go over. Oh, I guess I already have. There we go. Okay. A kelpie and a hippocampus. So I bought it for the kelpie pattern, and I asked for some colors, and luckily the kelpie pattern is customizable. That someone's gonna get some like 6 or 7 different colored kelpies. But they're not paying attention right now, so it's just between you and me, Jules. And I do want to try out the nightmare. I think I'm going to try to whip up a nightmare for myself. But the cutie critters are fully, they're I think what I'm going to do with the cutie critters is I'm going to get or critter cuties, however you want to. It's going to be the Kelpie equivalent of stitch markers. And besides, I'm going to have to pay the same amount no matter what I do, so I'm going to make it worth my while. But I think what I'm going to experiment with is in their bodies using nylon stockings and scent beads, as it were, within the stuffing to make them. I love you. That is how I express my love. Is you say you said you needed some, so you have more than enough for the rest of time. And then the other set was just accidental, like legit accidental. Really? Did I count? I counted one. How did I do that? Motherfucker. Oh. You could always, if you ever heard of anyone who needed stitch markers, you could always be like, hey, I have enough, and pay it forward. Hey, look, it's me. I thought Kelpie had been lurking. and that our game was up. Our gig was up. But we can still plot. Oh, I didn't. And I totally forgot to post my own work in progress stuff. It my week has just been such a fucking blur. And again, as much as I'm venting right now, I want everybody to understand that I would not change what I'm doing for what I'm doing for anything, because I love going to craft fairs, and I love spending time with people that get it. I'm just I just sometimes I feel like I'm letting one group of people down, even though everyone's like, no, you're just as busy as shit. So that's where my worry comes in, is like I feel like I'm letting people down if I say I'm gonna do something and then all of a sudden my body goes, hey, guess what? We're gonna remind you that you're diseased and you can't do shit right now. So, because sometimes that happens. And I've decided I'm going from the bottom to the top because I messed up. I'm just now base level recovering from the overnight that I did on Tuesday. Like, and it's only base level because my sleeping is not being messed up, and I actually know that it's Friday. And I have a smart-ass pet that likes to tell me I'm boring. Making grapes is hard. And I only have like this little circle thing left. I don't have a whole lot left to do, and I'm just making it harder than it has to be. Yeah, I gotta say, I agree with, like, that there are some people in your life that need to step up and take some of the load of the work, or at least help you out with it. Yeah. And this time of the year does not help. I was on Wednesday, I had my therapy session as well. And this is the time of the year where I really stop and assess like all of my relationships and where I where I want to put my emotional spoons for the next year. Like I have I have my immediate blood family gets like 1 spoon, maybe 2 spoons, because they haven't they haven't contributed to the detriment of how I already feel about them, but they also have not worked to build bridges to fix how I feel about them, and neither have I. So that's on both of us. Um the people in the Discord server and Husband Creature and his family are getting the bulk of the emotional spoons because y'all are awesome. Like even when I'm not around, and even though I'm not like the most chatty, like I appreciate poking my nose in the Discord server and going, the fuck? Because it's always humorous, it's always good natured. It brings a smile to my face. Um and yeah, there's not always smiles, but yes, I did hear about them overdosing your kiddo. And I am not impressed. That could have been some of the reasons some of the things were happening. There's that. Yay, I got a grape done. My next target. This thingy here. 3, 6. Okay, so there's 7 in between. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna have to start from the bottom. There should be 5 distance. 1, 2. Nope, there's 6. Okay, so that's gonna be fun. I'll just add a thought more. That seems like a failing of the school system. Well, we're not quite sure what's going on down here in the States. So I would take my kid not having an IEP at the highest end of my issues as compared to whatever the fuck is going on down here. Like, I don't even have kids and I'm concerned. It seems like sometimes it seems like the people with the purse strings don't care about the future because they're already like, oh yeah, hey, we've lived our lives, we've had our fun, fuck yourselves. And so all of us down here are going like, hey yo, we gotta live after you die, so knock it the fuck off. And all I have is History of the World Part 1, the Roman Senate. Fuck the poor! Doesn't matter what country, where you live, that seems to be what's going on. I mean, there are a couple of European nations that are really, really doing well with overall health and happiness. Norway, Finland, Denmark. And I'm sure they have their detriments too. I'm sure they do. But compared to the rest of the world, those countries are the ones I hear the most that are like, yeah, fuck yeah. Wow. They just don't, they don't want her to succeed. That's what it really sounds like, is... Yeah, that's what it sounds like, is they just don't want her to succeed. Okay. One, two, three. One, two, okay, so gap of 6. One, two, three. One. And I have definitely learned in the public school system, they're only paying attention to their syllabus. If someone knows more, they don't want to know that you know more. They don't care about that. They want to know that you learn the skills that they taught in that grade, in that section. And it's like, well, if they already have that basis down and they're telling you that they know higher level things, why can't you check off that they know the lower level things? And it just it blows my mind sometimes. It's like, when I was growing up, I know that I had the opportunity to be moved ahead, and my mother said no, because she didn't want me to feel ostracized. She didn't want me to not be with kids older than me because her mom didn't do it for her and XYZ. And I can't help but wonder, like, what if? Like, I have a whole lot of what ifs in my lifetime. And there were some areas I wasn't great at, but in other areas I could have gone the next grade up. But our public school system worldwide is designed to build worker bees. Those of us who are neurospicy aren't worker bees. We're the innovator bees. We're the problem-solving bees. We're not worker bees. Our brains don't fit in the worker bee box. I mean, we can put our brains in the worker bee box every once in a while, but that's not where we fit. We are the innovators. We're the shakers. We're the movers. We're the problem solvers. And no one in the worker world wants to hear it because, oh, you're just shaking the boat. Now, I am not a boat shaker. I do not want to create waves. I just want it to be effective and fast so I can fuck off and do what I want. And no one wants to hear that. They want it to take the 8 hours. They want you to have to spend your entire day doing this one thing for your entire life. And I don't want to do that. Ugh, that's rough. And that's a stim. And that's another thing that people don't understand. It's a stim. It takes attention away from whatever is actually bothering us. I have a lot of vocal stims. And when I start getting overstimmed, I I seclude myself. Like I will put myself in quiet. Um, I'm very fortunate that I have that opportunity to do that at home because I am right now in a perpetual state of overstim. When I go to work, the fast adjustments that I have to do, husband creature was and I were talking about it, I uh how I hate change, and he knows how much I hate change. I really hate change, guys. Like I have a great chameleon effect that I make it look like no big deal, but it is a big deal. It is a big deal. Um, but I've had to create so many of my own coping mechanisms and create my own equity that if you're not looking for it, you don't notice it. But that's this world is not designed. It's not designed for a lot of people, and it could very easily be designed for a lot of people, and life could be fantastic and awesome and epic. But that would that would that would break the caste system. That would disturb. It would disturb the people who have so much money that they won't ever know what to do with it. I'm not money motivated. I just want to exist. I just want to exist. I want to exist in peace and quiet. The only reason I want money is so I can do said existing. I like being able to have my creature comforts, like being able to have access to the outside world. I love streaming. Do I need it? I would be just as happy with a phone and my cross stitch and my other arts and crafts. And I get it. It's I have I don't know how to express my anger and frustration, so I have a very strong lockbox for it, which is very unhealthy. I'll be the first one to say it's very unhealthy. Um, I don't know how to express my anger in a healthy fashion. Um, and because I have acclimated so much to just shoving it in a box real fast before it grows, um, and that's another thing with the neurodiversity is our anger scale isn't the same as everybody else's. Everybody else has that notched, okay, I'm getting annoyed. Okay, you're really pissing me off. You need to leave now. Fuck you, you fucking fucker. That's generally how most people have it. A lot of neurodivergence, specifically with the autism and the ADHD aspect of it, is there was some level of abuse or trauma or high level masking that we had to do our entire lives, even those who were properly diagnosed early on in life, that there's a lot of fawning that goes on. So it's, oh, it's okay, no big deal, as the pressure builds and builds and builds. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, is when, like, it just takes, like, the pen is the wrong fucking color. And I know it's funny, but it's happened to me. The pen is the wrong motherfucking color. And I just snap. I am, yeah. Yeah, right. I do rage clean too. But I just reached that point, and I am done. And that's apparently a very spicy thing to happen, because we've already had to mask and accommodate all the other things that aren't sitting well with us, that when we get upset over the wrong color anything, it just, I don't want to say like, oh, it makes us look unreasonable, because it's not unreasonable to us, and I totally get it. It's not unreasonable. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it any better. It's we're always trying to fit in that, we're that peg always trying to fit, we're that round peg trying to fit in that triangle hole. Parallelogram. It's not even a square hole at this point. It's but I mean, I try to work it out as a blessing, um, because I know and accept that I have to take, I it's given me control. Like with my therapy, I've worked on being able to express anger quicker. I want to say it doesn't take years now. Um, but I like to look on the bright side. Well, yes, is it a bad thing that happened that I have these skills? Yes, no argument. But not many people have the capability with the emotional dysregulation. And friends, I have it. I have it. I because most of it is focused on my anger. Like, I can deal with rejection. Does rejection hurt? Absolutely, but I can deal with it. I don't know how to appropriate my anger. So with working with therapy and myself, and having that pressure point, has allowed me to be able to be more even keeled than a lot of my peers. And it is a nasty, awful process to have gone through to get this skill. Like, I would not curse anybody with what I've been through to get the skill set that I have. It takes a lot of work without what I've been through. It took some work with what I've been through, but it's a process, and it's okay to work through it how you need to. I have taken the gifts that have accidentally popped up because of it. The ability to regulate my emotions, for the most part. I'm not perfect. Yeah. Oh, I hate that. And so I'm gonna come at it from the support side. When I was working direct support, I mean, I was with a lot of these individuals for 40, 50 hours a week. And to have parents and doctors come in and tell me, and mind you, the parents have not, they don't live with them anymore. They have a past version in their brain. And the doctors just, oh, I've been seeing them for years. It's different day to day. And anyone with any sort of spice going on or any sort of disability knows that it varies day to day. And you need that constant overall input to be able to tell, hey, this is what's going on in so-and-so's life. And you have that with your daughter. They're only with her for a little bit of the day. So it's like the reverse. It's like they're not listening to you when you're with her most of the time. And it's like, we can curb this if you listen to me. And I bet I bet you're still trying to hold some idea or farce of professionalism. You're trying not to be too horribly unprofessional when dealing with them because you're hoping that they'll hear you and respect you. I think you should start dropping some F-bombs. You should start being the Karen mom. Be like, this is my fucking kid. But do it in French, because that's cooler. Be French Karen. And I generally, like, legit, I generally do not promote being rude and or mean to your professionals, but if they're not listening to you, and you have... I believe that. Okay, we got a color all done. We got 797 all done. We got some grapes going on. At least I think I'm done on the page. If not, well, whoops. I am. I'm done that color on the page. Hurrah! Okay. Oh my goodness. So Jules. Look at the screen. I'm gonna show you. This is the wing of the meadow dragon I'm working on. It's a light. The body's a light baby blue, but I have some wild and crazy variegated blue with some electric yellow for the wings. This is just the top wing. I have the other one almost done, but yeah. I'm showing that off because I had to move it to get to my color list so I can cross off the 797 and I can pick another color. I don't know what I'm gonna pick. Because a lot of the colors, in all fairness, a lot of the colors on this page are just like, I call them the alone colors because there's only like 2 or 3. If I can find, actually, that one's an okay. Let's see. Some of the alone colors are a little bit beefier that I might be able to fill up. What time is it? It's 11:15. Okay. 581. It's a lot of green on this page. Mostly because it's a grape leaf and a bunch of grapes. You know what? I'm gonna close out. It's a really weird. I don't even know if I have the space for it. I don't know. Good. Just don't let him pussyfoot. Okay, let's see what I got. Let's see what I got for color. I don't want to do 700. I know 820 is a blue. 823. That is a kind of big color that I don't want to start today. 904 is a green. 905 is a green. I'm not feeling it today. Oh, I want to like close out with a color, but at the same time, I'm like, there's just nothing. That's actually, that's a big color, and it's fairly clumped together. So we're gonna start with 986. And as much as I hate doing it, sometimes I just have husband creature do the things, because even in fields where women are the boss, they still have a lot of patriarchal um shit built in. Okay. I know there we go. We're gonna use up that piece of string, and after that we're gonna call it a day. And it's unfortunate. Like, yeah. it's just unfortunate. And it's frustrating. Where's my where's my needle? There it is. Okay. So this is the color we'll be playing with for a little bit. 986. And yes, it is a green, but I can't escape the green. So might as well work with it. Okay. So that's that little block. Here's that. And I do know that some of them have been deleted. But that's okay. We're going over here. And we're getting that one. That that might be your best bet. In all fairness, and it's a hard thing to come to blows with, but they truly have ruined. I still have a few minutes. No, I still have a few minutes. Yes, you're fine. You're fine. You are. You are. You're fine. You are. You good girl. You're fine. Pixie says hello, everybody. I know. I know. I got a big stretch. There's the 3. Where's that? No. That and one and then that. Diagonally right there. There we go. Okay. Oops, I messed up. Yeah. There's that. Doobie-doo. There's all that. Round it up. These two here. What's funny enough is actually kind of a big chunk of color to fill in once I get it started. But this is actually a really big color on the page, so it'll close in quite a bit of the weight. And it's not 939. Yeah, that's the thing is lull them into a false sense of security. I worked with a lady who was perfectly like that, who who would be perfectly, and rest assured this lady was not for not wanting for anything, um but because of her past, she would when she was good, she was very, very good, but when she was bad, she was awful. um mm, mm, mm. But she was a flight risk. And oh yeah, oh yeah, but i I am one of, I think one of the reasons I'm always so tired is I wasn't a runner per se. I had no urge to run away, but I'm the person who will walk into a room and immediately have an escape plan. um I sit and assess. I watch. I notice people's things. And it sounds creepy, but a lot of kids with a history of trauma, in addition to the added spice of the autism, I watch. The trauma gave me the ability to know it gave me the ability to fine tune my something bad's gonna happen hooja boojies, but it's just something I do. And it needs to be understood by many a people claiming that they know what they're doing, which they don't. Let's be fair, they don't. Um, no. Like, if you were to tell me, and if you didn't even know me, if you were to tell me this person runs, this person likes to elope, I'm the queen of acting like I'm not paying attention, but I'm paying every fucking bit of attention. And I think that's why my nervous system is so exhausted. Is at this point in my life, I don't even know how to shut it off. I don't think I could shut it off if I tried. The only time that it's off is when I fall into a dead sleep, and that's not very often. But that's something that I wish more caretakers would take into consideration. Like for example, you're the parent, you got your kid most of the time. The teachers and the EAs are the caretakers. They need to be listening to you. Oh no, I can say like, oh no, this person doesn't do this on my shift. That doesn't mean that they don't do it. Just not in my presence. Like, I've never had a problem with some people who other people have loads of issues with. But that doesn't take away from that it actually happened. Like, something could happen between you and me, Jules, and then you go to Dragon and you're like, well, Rod did this to me. And Dragon has no right to be like, well, Rod doesn't do that to me. That doesn't take away from the fact that it happened to you. And okay, that sounds like me. Okay, no one's paying attention. I don't run anymore. If I'm running, I'm either coming after you or something's coming after me. But let me tell you, sometimes I'll be walking and all I want to do is run. I can't even describe it. I'll just be walking along and all of a sudden all I want to do is run. And at my ripe old age of 43, I do it. Fuck 'em. I feel like I need to run. I'm going to run. Now, it's very loud and clunky because I'm not light. I am 5.5 feet of brick wall. So it doesn't last for very long because my body's like, no, you need to stop this, and I get it out of my system. But yes, if I'm running, you if you see me running, join in. But no, sometimes at work, I just get the urge and I do it. Not even the urge to herbal, it's the urge to run. Yeah, this area that I'm working in is I think the source of the fuck up for the rest of the page. I'm hoping I can end the fuck up on this page. Much like on Divine Instinct, I'm hoping the page that I'm working on is the end of the fuck up. Mm-hmm. Do this, and I'm gonna do 2 halvesies and call it a day. I don't even think I broke 100 stitches today, to be completely honest, but that's okay. Oh no, I did. I broke 100 stitches today, so I did 192 stitches, which brought me from 4.42 to 4.46. On our ever but so that concludes this week. I'm gonna go insane over the weekend with trying to get my Meadow Dragon done in my downtime. And I hope everybody has a great day. Drink your water, take your meds. Be kind to yourself without harming others. Be kind to others without harming yourself. I will try to be lurking. I make no huge promises. But I love you all and thank you for the gift of your time. And my dogs are crazy. So I will talk to y'all in the background and I'll see y'all Monday morning. To be fair, I might do a Monday morning with Captain Penis just to get a couple more hours in, see if I can actually get him to 5% this year. Who knows? We'll see where I'm motivated at. And on that note, I'm going to run away. I love you all. Bye-bye.